They gon' talk about legacies, I'm like c'est la vie on the wind. You don't wanna be enemies, I got men with me, I got wings. You gon' step in my ship, you gon' mess with the king.
Welcome to more Fanime. What's up, everybody? Today, I want to review, I want to have a discussion about chapter 1096 of the One Piece manga. Oh yeah, and this chapter, fantastic. Another continuation of Kuma's backstory, and I'm loving it. I really am. And you know, there is a piece of me that's a little sad because last week I was pretty hyped about finally getting our God Valley flashback. It's finally here. I thought, but really, Achira Oda is just teasing us. He's just tickling our balls. You know, he's just giving us a taste of what God Valley is. And what God Valley is the greatest flashback in One Piece history. When will we get it? I have no idea. But it feels like we are going to be getting it in fragments. And this is just one of future fragments of God Valley. I assume we will be getting other pieces of the God Valley incident through other characters over the next few arcs. That's my guess. Or maybe we'll run into Shanks. Maybe we'll run into Scapper Caban, I think his name is, the dude on Roger's crew we haven't really met yet in the current timeline. He might have some answers because he was there. I'm not sure. But otherwise, this flashback with Kuma, it's been fantastic. Before we get into the spoilers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's just get right into it then. Cover request is our boy Zoro, you know, hanging out with some cute animals. Again, kind of done with these cover requests. I know we spent so long in that one cover story involving Vegapunk and Mads and whatnot, and the Germa 66, but I'm ready for a new one. I'm ready for a cover story. We get right back into the action, the hunt. The celestial dragon hunt of the people of God Valley, the slaves, the rabbits, as they said, the golden prizes that they put down there, including buccaneers and fishermen, slaves that are just unruly, have been put onto this island along with the inhabitants of this island, and certain ones are worth a certain amount of points and whatnot. I would like to know all the rules for this kind of thing, but either way, it's effed up. We get to see other young, beautiful celestial dragons, not just the weird, like, inbred versions that we've seen for years, but we get to see some new ones. Yeah, not just Garling. Yeah, we see some pretty boys, pretty gals that are from the celestial dragon families that I have a feeling will end up being our current gods' knights, which is very possible. I think that a few of them are going to be the God Knights that we will end up dealing with down the line. I do. I really do. We get to check in with Ivankov. Ivankov is rallying the slaves and the contestants of this competition, the people who are there to just be slaughtered, saying, we need to rise up. We have a plan. There's two devil fruits on this island that we know for sure. The fish fruit that Kaido eventually gets, and the pawpaw fruit that Kuma eventually gets, and we need to get those so we can get off this island, which is nice that they have that information. We also find out that Guinea, I believe that was her name, Guinea, the one hanging out with Ivankov, supposedly, possibly his sister and or really close friend from slavery, leaked some information, leaked some info, because I guess the location of this competition was not supposed to be well known, but she was able to leak that information somehow. Maybe I missed it, I don't know how, but found a way to get it out there to other pirates, and not just any other pirates, the Rocks pirates. Oh, God, I love Egghead Island arc. It is my favorite arc post-time skip, and, seeing the Rocks pirates just gets me so excited. Seeing Shiki, oh, my God, seeing Shiki finally in a canon flashback. I really hope we get to see Shiki in the current timeline at some point. I love the guy. If you've been following me long enough, you know that Strong World's my favorite movie and Shiki's my favorite movie villain. Oh yeah. Not only Shiki though, a young, dapper Whitebeard with the original non-clone Stussy Buckingham on his shoulder. Starting to think that Weevil might actually be his kid. We find out that Gloriosa, if you remember her, former leader of the Kuja Pirates, used to be part of the Rocks Pirates. Mind blown. What does this mean for the future of One Piece? Like, what? There must be a reason that Gloriosa was there. There must be something. Was Gloriosa in love with Rocks or Whitebeard or Shiki? Something? There's got to be a reason she decided to say, peace, I'm out, and leave the Kuja Pirates and join Rocks. Or maybe just to, protect people. It seems like the Rocks Pirates, they're out for themselves in a lot of ways, but at the same time, they don't like the Celestial Dragons. They don't like the current rulers of this world. And if you see what's going on currently on the God Valley Island in this flashback, you kind of get it. You kind of feel what they're feeling. They don't like this slavery scenario. No, neither do I. But seeing Whitebeard in his badass prime, I love Whitebeard, I really do. The more I think about it, the more I want to get a Whitebeard tat. Just like right here, yeah. Who knows, maybe one day, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I'm getting an Arlong tat this Saturday though, can't wait to get that bad boy. So again, we get to see Captain John, the zombie from Thriller Bark. There was another guy there that kind of looked like one of the zombies from Thriller Bark as well. Wang Ji, I assume, is one of those people. It's cool. It's awesome. I'm loving it. But not only are the Rocks Pirates here, sadly we do not get to see Rocks, but the Roger Pirates have shown up as well, along with Roger, Rayleigh, Scopper Caban. They are here. Roger's young. He's youthful. He's got his straw hat. Shit's about to go down. The table is being set here for some future flashback that eventually we will get. And then finally, we get to see Garp get a phone call from Kong, the former fleet admiral. And he's like, hey, Garp, I need you to go to God Valley. And Garp's like, hey, man, I'm on vacation. It's your guy. I told you guys, don't fuck with Hachinosu. I ain't going down there just because Rocks is pissed off because you took his treasure. No sirree, Bob. By the way, they stole the Rocks crew's treasure and are using it as the prize for this competition. Heads up, kind of crazy, kind of a weird scenario. Maybe they just couldn't find a prize that they didn't already have, and they were like, well, I guess we've got to take everything from the fucking Rocks Pirates. Is Shanks, is that where he came from? Was one of these treasure boxes? I'm just not sure. My assumption is at some point someone's going to take something out of a treasure box and then put baby Shanks in the treasure box. But we'll have to wait and see. Either way, Garp's like, nah, I'm on vacation with my kid dragon and my wife. He didn't say that, but I assume that they're there. I'd hope so. I hope he'd take his family on vacay. But then, right before they're about to hang up, and Garp's like, nah, I'm not going nowhere. Y'all call Sengoku or something, but or Chisiru, somebody, but not old Garp the Fist. Not this guy. Not the hero. No! Because right before they hang up, Kong's like, oh, by the way, Roger's there. And he's like, why didn't you say that sooner? Goldie Roger's there, my greatest rival. I'm on my way, baby. And that's what Garp does. He shows up at God Valley like so fast. I don't know how. He must have swam there. That's how quickly he got there in his suit. It's awesome. Looking dapper as all hell. We've got the Rocks Pirates. We got the Garp Squad. We got the Celestial Dragons along with the Gods Knights. And it's just wild. It's wild right now. And it's sad because before that shit could even start to get crazy, Ivankov and Kuma, who volunteered to basically go get these devil fruits and possibly die doing so, finds the devil fruits. Maybe because of all the commotion, there wasn't much of resistance. Like that, Oda kind of just skipped on by any problems they might have had on the way in there. They snuck right in, and one of them is holding the pawpaw fruit, and one of them's holding the fish fruit, and they're about to eat them. But then here comes Prime Big Mom, boom, knocking Ivankov down, taking the Kaido's future devil fruit away, saying, "No sirree, Babo, I'm giving this to my buddy Kaido," because we all know that happens. Also, we see Kuma holding the fruit, and Ivankov's like, just eat it now. Even if you're the only one that escapes, at least we got somebody out of here. Kuma consumes it, but before he can even figure out his powers, he gets attacked by Saturn with his little mind blast thing. He doesn't die, but he gets attacked by Saturn, and Saturn's like, "You terrible buccaneers, why can't you just listen? You're born to be a slave, young man." And he's like, "Born to be a slave? How are you born into greatness? That doesn't mean anything to me. I want to save people like the great Nika, the sun god. Yeah, I want to be a helper. I want to be a liberator." And, Saturn's like, "This is the exact reason why you have to be eliminated." And then, before we get, it's just like, then they cut, and Kuma, it's like the next day, Kuma, Guinea, and Ivankov and 500 other slaves escape using the power of the pawpaw fruit. Luckily, Kuma was able to figure it out, I guess. Oda didn't show us everything that happened. They're like, "Whew, that was crazy. Let's never talk about that again." They show back up at the Sorbet Kingdom, where Kuma will eventually become a king, a tyrant, along with Guinea. And Guinea decides to stay with Kuma. I'm really thinking Guinea is Bonnie's mom at this point, since she's staying with him. I think they're going to end up raising Bonnie. He's going to become king because he's a sweetheart, and he's like a carpenter type. He's saving people, releasing their pain, just being a good old fella. No, not stealing food. No, they're cutting wood and they're selling it and they're making a living here, living in an old church, praying, going like, "I wish I could have saved all the slaves, but I saved a few. I can liberate them with the paws of liberation." Ivankov is like, "Well, I'm out of here. I'm an adventurer and I'm super pumped and I want to go back to my island. I want to celebrate being free." And eventually we all know they're going to get back together and reunite and create the Revolutionary Army, but not yet. I'm curious what's going on, what happened at God Valley. I mean, either way, we got to see the Rocks Pirates. We didn't get to see Rocks, but we got to see the Rocks Pirates. We got to see Shiki, and I'm fine with that. So Ivankov says, "Peace, I'm out." Ivankov leaves. Guinea stays with Kuma. They're just trying to figure out what they want to do next. And then, they're eating, having a good night, and Guinea's like, "This is crazy. I'm full." And they start crying and having an emotional moment. Is this happiness? Is being able to eat till you can't happiness? It could be, because I love food myself, and I can understand that feeling. My predictions for the next chapter is that we're going to continue this Kuma flashback. We need to jump forward. I think we're going to jump forward to an older Kuma with a baby Bonnie, possibly. Maybe we see how he became the quote-unquote tyrant Kuma, king of sorts, or at least be told he was. We even see something in this last chapter about how Morgan is spreading specific types of information. He's just a hack, is what Ivankov says. Maybe we'll see the formation of Ivankov Dragon and Kuma becoming the leaders of the Revolutionary Army. And I'm assuming we're going to see how Guinea dies, because we don't see her anywhere unless we find out that she's alive somewhere. I really do not know. I have a feeling when we finally come out of this flashback, probably around chapter 1100. Probably, maybe not. Maybe next chapter. It depends on how quickly Oda wants to do this. But he's going through this flashback, I'll tell you what. He's skipping some shit, which is fine with me because I want to get through it. Give me the cliff notes. But go back. At some point, Oda's going to go back. I promise you, one day, Oda's going to go back. Someone's going to tell the full story of... they could do a movie about just the God Valley incident. And I really hope they do someday. Like, just cut it out of the anime and just do a full-on movie that we can all go see. It would be insane in the membrane because there's different factions going at it. Eventually, Garp and Roger are going to team up. We all know the story, but we also don't know the story. We don't know how the pieces all are put together. We haven't gotten to see Big Mom until this point in her prime doing some shit. We haven't gotten to see Shiki using his float fruit abilities to kick some absolute ace. We didn't get to see Whitebeard in his prime. Not sure what he's going to do. Is he going to leave the Rocks Pirates? Is he going to find Marco as a child here on God Valley? Not sure. Maybe Marco's a baby slave. I don't know. Maybe he's one of the people from God Valley. Big question marks all over the place. Things aren't being answered right now except for what Kuma saw, what Kuma did. Bonnie saw Kuma's flashback through his little memory paw, and that's what we're seeing here. So that's my prediction for the next chapter. No break next week. Oh my God. I really wish we could just no more breaks for the rest of the year, please. I just want to get to the next thing. I want to get through Egghead Island before the end of 2023. That is my request for Christmas this year. I really enjoyed this chapter. I hope you guys did too. It's great seeing Shiki in his prime. I'm loving it. Oh yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. I'll talk to you later.